So, I mean, Alien Isolation was an entire game of this, wasn't it? Don't think I could put up with that. Poke it with a knife.
What the hell was that?
The other option, I suppose, would be to maybe go and try and attack the picture with a knife. Just there, okay. I have a feeling it's coming in this general direction. Is that... Can I see... Whoa! Oh, it's there! It's in the corner! I thought it was behind me. We're gonna very quickly. This is gonna fox it. Look, we're gonna go round and around in a circle, and it's waiting for us on the other side. But it wasn't expecting that. What's that? Lamp oil. Oh, damn it! No, it doesn't work. Okay. Try again. When Mark's been struggling after an hour, Aimless will tell him what to do. It's actually way slower than me. Is it? Is it? It didn't seem that way. If it's way slower than me, why don't I just run around with a lamp out then? And just keep ahead of it? Right, skip that.
What the hell was that?
Right, we'll make an exit this way. The trouble is, I'll make noise by smashing those cases, won't I? Where's it gone? That looks vaguely like it. As does that one. And that one. Is it on the other side of that door? Oh god, it goes invisible. Screw that. It's got a cloaking device. Right, it's out the way. It's got to be one of these at the back. It ain't that. It's similar to that. I'm having that one.
Down. He's dead.
Looks different. Get the, go and stab that painting. This'll mess it up. Stab! Eat that, you bastard, yeah. No, I'm not going in there. No, knife it. Got a dagger. This makes you look even worse than it did on Wednesday. What happened? Oh god, that doesn't look good. Cut your arm off.
What's the matter with you?
I wonder what the hell's going on there. From beyond, the thing on the doorstep, 2 achievements unlocked. The thing on the doorstep?
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective.
Yeah.
At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
You could say that.
Sanders was right. This painting is cursed.
What are you talking about?
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
She's going along with me now.
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life.
It stays with me.
It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Okay.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
Okay, I wasn't expecting any of that. But yeah, finding the note behind the picture probably helped. But I've played enough Cthulhu things to know that you can very rarely injure horrible demons directly. But things that summon them, paintings, altars, cult items, they're the things to target. I don't know if that will apply later on in this game or not. I don't know. But years of playing RPGs and board games and card games. It's all up here, folks. It's all up here. Come the zombie apocalypse, I am ready. He didn't know what dagger to use. Well, I must admit, I wish I'd looked a bit closer as we were going around, especially after I saw that note. I should have thought to go and look and then memorized where it was. That would have been really helpful. But I didn't expect something to jump out of the picture, to be fair. The nameless bookstore. The shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake. I love the names that they use in these. Owner of the nameless bookstore. The nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. That must have affected my sanity, meeting that thing. Oh dear. Someone's already visited. You had to try every single dagger to get the right one. Well, I wasn't far off, to be fair, although I didn't try each one on the painting.
Where's the bookseller?
We'll just have the little one out for now. I always think that I'm going to need to save this light for something, but I should probably just have it out and use it. Oh, hang on. Blood. Someone's left their forearm behind. A lot of scrolls of magiciness.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
The pastor declared himself to be the prophet, so the old priest long ago went mad. He renounced God and whispered in a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. This is kind of interesting. His wife, this pastor's wife, going back centuries, tried to reason with him. And so did Sarah Hawkins. Well, we think Sarah Hawkins might have done. I wonder if this, whatever it is that's corrupting people, doesn't corrupt women. It only corrupts men. Very small someone left that forearm. What's this book up here?
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams.
Okay.
It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists. Written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists. Translated from Chinese to English. Describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Who knows? Is that it's a medicine progression. I thought it might have been a psychology progression, but it's gone straight to medicine. Darkwater history. A Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. I like the way they put the E on the end to make it look more oldie-worldy. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it was because of the peculiar colour of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. The rare documents and handwritten notes they left, spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviours. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Okay. Good to know. Hey, Deathman. No, you're not. You're here on good time. Good time. You've missed me jump out of my skin a couple of times already. There were some rather horrible, scary things we've just seen. Oh, oil lamp. There's got to be a clue in that chessboard, right? We'll look at that in a minute. Darkwater History, Volume 4. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry, you'd think if it was a decent bookshop, right, it'd have the Darkwater History volumes all next to each other, ready, lined up, so they could all be sold. I don't know. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the water surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because, up till then, the region was a favoured refuge for cetaceans. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. I think we know a lot of this already, don't we? Bit of anatomy. A lot of anatomy. I'll check that chessboard in a moment. Oh, that's the oil. Nothing down here. Oh, right. You got the sound off, Death, when you're in the middle of a calculus class. Good idea. Because the last thing you want to do is disturb your fellow students with me screaming like a banshee because something's just jumped out of a painting at me. And yes, that did just happen. Several times, in fact. The Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of the time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. Bit more medicine.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers placed truth on the same footing as a religion.
Book of, what did he call it? The Book of Dian. These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the text of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore in Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. That sounds like that should be really important for something. At least it didn't draw my sanity down another level. There's a lot of pictures of anatomy scribbled on the walls. It's kind of disturbing. Would you read the book?
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Oh God, this will affect your destiny. Malus Bestiarum. This collection catalogues and classifies creatures that I had never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of travelling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as a reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Okay. Cultism went up. I don't think I had a sanity attack there. I hope. Hurry, you're just watching from Tube 46. You're enjoyable to watch. Cool, thanks. Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection. As precise and illustrated as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgery specific to malformations and motor disorders. Cool, we have learnt a lot in this shop, but we have not found that of which we came for. I haven't finished yet, have I? There's a bit more around here.
What happened here?
Oh. Let's find out. Oh wait, a cute picture of a shambler.
Let's start over.
Better not be.
Where did they break in from?
Right.
Blood. Seems like amateur work.
I agree. Henry of Skalitz wouldn't have left blood. He wouldn't have left a door, mind, but...
Someone tall left this footprint. A man, probably.
Officer Bradley? Is he fairly tall? Medicine.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Nothing in there. So we've got a clumsy burglar. Tall male clumsy burglar. Don't look at the picture. Oh, hang on. It's like a safe. Ooh, that's right. I have to look at the picture.
What killed all these animals?
What animals? Oh, wait. There's dead mouse, rats, cockroaches.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene?
Thief who might actually still be in the crime scene. Oh, there's something with an elder sign on there.
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
What's that? Is that something hidden? Oh, it's just a light shining through. Okay. Wait a minute. Why would the elder sign kill all those? Bad, bad, bad. Not good. Bad idea.
What the... Charles Hawkins?
Oh, it's a tentacle dude. Oh, we couldn't get in because of the elder sign, right?
What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Oh, Parker Saki 71. This is, yeah, it's it's not Kingdom Come Deliverance, sorry. And Car Hunk here. How long have I been live? About an hour? A little over an hour tonight. There's just one character in this that you can play. Oh, that's...
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
So she's actually on our side, right? She hid something in the safe that she didn't want her husband to get hold of.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case.
Something in the safe. Insane yet? Go in there, Cobley. Very quick. Go in there. Yeah, if you missed the bit where something horrible jumped out of a painting at me, you need to see that bit. What's that moving in front of me? Do you see that? It's like a wisp of smoke. There.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
Puzzle. A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there'll be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality, in order that they may be recovered and burned. That does not sound good. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother, if she is still of this world. The following message is of capital importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine. Oh dear, we're in trouble now then. Can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. A. Indeed, despite my preference for organised chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say a genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage. I've heard of this guy, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you, nor to suffer from your actions. Oh, I see. Cthulhu in a nutshell. A lot doesn't make sense even if you watch from the start. Oh, hi Deza, 93 by the way. How much of this wouldn't make sense? Could you watch any of the previous streams? You can catch the whole playthrough from episode 1 on my YouTube Let's Play channel. There's a link probably in chat somewhere, but also down below. Yeah, it would fill in the story. It starts off a bit slow, but then it ramps up and gets really weird. And you're left in a position of thinking, what the hell is going on? And that's where I started the stream tonight. Okay, what have we got? Handbook on Anatomy and Dissection. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. You have to have a strong heart or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. Sanity? We're okay. We're okay. I've got... how many points have I got? I've got 2 CP. The next level. That needs 4. I haven't boosted any of these other things up. I feel like I should have done. Medicine is slowly going up. I think I might put some in spot hidden. Get that up a bit. Should probably focus on getting to levels, but yeah, that is draining. Right. Okay. Aimless says enjoy the puzzles. The puzzles 3. Oh dear. Are these hard things to work out?
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
It seems so. Can I not pick them up? I've got them. I've got them. Even though there's clearly a bottle left in there, I've picked them up.
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch whose purpose is to push back the forces of the Great Old Ones were engraved at its centre. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanour, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. Is that why he was going to Cairo? He was going to get one of these to protect against these forces, but that doesn't make sense unless he has been overcome. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Okay. Okay, you had your brain on overdrive to solve them. You got them all within 2 minutes? Wow, okay. So that's the bar tonight then. I'm guessing we have to find them first. Oh, right, okay. W and S, rotate. Put that back. A and D, change lock. I see. I see. So I haven't picked up anything so far that would give me a clue as to these, have I? I've got to inspect the bookstore and open the safe before I leave here. Ah. Right. So where's the bit about the... Can I find the bit about open the safe? Nope. Why can I not find this? Let's protect an object. They hid it in the back room safe, and Sarah Hawkins painted a strange symbol on the door. Charles Hawkins must have wanted it. I must open the safe and find out what's in inside. So he did say, didn't he? Clues. The key of relay file. Oh, I didn't even see that. There was a picture of the actual medallion. You have to find that in the place where knowledge and whatever collide in the Greek world. Alchemy. The hell is that? Is that what all the descendants on this island have evolved from? Oh, hang on. Holy crap. We found some more books. Right.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
Written by Hermes Trismegistus. Translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Capelius. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, popular text amongst 16th century alchemists. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University. This volume is part... Right, yeah.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
A book of esoteric philosophy and a key text in Madame Blavatsky's Theosophical Movement. Have I read that one? No, I haven't.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of poems by Edward Pickman Darby, also known as the Nightmare Lyrics. This collection of poems was sensationally received when first published in 1908. Darby was only 18 years old. This volume is part... Right. There's a lot of these damn
How many
things.
volumes are there in this collection?
The Key of Solomon, a book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon, by Solomon himself. Contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. Hang on. I might be clicking on the wrong
Another
thing here.
volume by Arkham Editions.
Opera in 8 acts by Benvenuto Cietti I'm not giving up with these names. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leoni and Theophilus Widebridge. Is all that actually relevant?
How many volumes are there in this collection?
An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that, in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover, that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
Another volume by Arkham
Things
Editions.
that should not be. Collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth. Right, okay. Was any of that relevant to what I'm supposed to be doing here? Because I do not feel like it was. And yet, I feel like it should be. We looked at that one. Ooh. Oh, cylinders.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
That was a gorilla, was it? That was a gorilla on there. Right, okay. I thought it was some ancient human being. Does he have a music player? A cylinder player, I should say. Or don't tell me I have to go back to the house to listen to these. Oh, yep, a bit more oil. No, we want that one, thank you. Ah ha 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 ha. We're good. Alright. So, cylinder 1, this is going to be through the first lock.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
What? Okay. Do I see. Okay. Listen.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods.
Chessboard.
Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Right, so number 2, I think, is the chessboard clue. Let's just go and see if that could make sense. Aha! There is a clue there.
The Queen has little protection.
Yes. Also, there's no king on there. No white king. Well, what number? What number would I use from that? Enjoy. Thank you very much. There's only 4 pieces. There's 3 bits of protection. Only 4 white pieces. Let's have a listen to the other one.